Okay.
So yeah, what if you were to describe to somebody who you didn't know or who doesn't know me, what was coaching like for you? What would you say?
Yeah, I would say it was surprising in a fantastic way for me. Um, just going through the process and having a preconceived notion that it was just going to be sort of this canned process where we answer questions and talk about, what's our mission and all this stuff, and not really having any heart to it, and not really bringing much of ourselves to it, more what we thought we should say, and what I found that it became deeply personal. I mean, it was very much, what are my values? How do they fit into what I'm doing and where I work? And then working with the whole leadership group to find those shared values so that we do have a vision for the clinic, but not one that's just canned that we write down, one that we really feel and can buy into and feel really good about supporting every single day. And that's kind of the clinic side. Personally, I learned a lot about kind of what motivates me, what drives me, what I react to, and why I might do that. And it helps me personally, as well as, of course, bringing it back to the clinic and just having better interactions with people, more authentic interactions with people. And I feel like I've learned some skills that I think about almost every day that will really improve my life going forward in whatever arena or venue I'm in.
Wow, awesome, very good.
I said some looked at the camera once. I know that, but
Great.
did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do a lot of
No, you're
ums.
fine. You did a fine job. Any second question you wanted?
It's always just interesting for me to hear it because I'm like, really, you got all that from it? Because I mean, I get a lot from it too, but it's interesting to hear.
I get as much. I have got. I mean, we haven't met for a little while, but I've seen a therapist, and I swear to God, sometimes I'm like, how much should I pay this guy? What if I just went running with Chelsea and paid you instead? Yeah. I mean, and I understand that he's going back and trying to see some patterns that started when I was a kid and didn't get some needs met when I was a child, and that can be useful. But no.
Say something about the difference between, from your perspective. I know I just got done putting ideas into your head in the hallway, but about the difference between, or what is coaching?
Yeah, versus.
If it's not therapy, what is coaching?
Yeah. Yeah. You ready?
So what is coaching?
You ready, Craig?
I'm ready.
Okay. So coaching, coaching, what comes to mind is it training? Is it therapy? Is it, is it like what we hear about life coaches, things like that? And I think for me, it's been a little bit of all of it. It certainly has been a little bit of background in classical, like nonviolent communication, for example, things that are really skill driven. It's a little bit of therapy, when I'm learning more about myself and asking questions and actually making some, personal value statements, for example. I mean, that is a little bit of therapy, not in a traditional way, but it feels good. It's good therapy. And then coaching too. I mean, oftentimes, I feel like you can be our cheerleader for the clinic. For me personally, I absolutely have felt supported by you. So it's maybe a little bit of all those things blended in a really nice way. And the other thing would be how quickly, it's not a long process meeting over and over again. That's the other thing I want to say. It's like sometimes there's an hour with you and I feel better in an hour than I do with lots of other sort of ways to self-help books or therapy or things like that to try to get to know myself better. I feel like in a way it's a shortcut to get some results in and start putting those things I learned into action to feel better about how I interact with the world and the clinic and my coworkers and in my relationships right away, if that makes sense. And that's been really, really helpful and really instantly rewarding when you put in the effort to really discuss those things.
Do me a favor, grab those sheets. I got your name on the shotgun microphone, so.
Okay, good.
Yeah, tell me about what she has done as a coach for you. How has she helped you?
So Chelsea has helped me in ways that are pretty indescribable, actually. I've worked with her for about 3 years, and my clinic has grown incredibly within that time. And so really working with her has really helped me in my leadership abilities. She's helped me really grow my practice insofar as my people. She's really helped with forming different groups. I formed a leadership group most recently about a year ago, and have offered then her coaching to my leadership group, which has been invaluable. She's helped with so many aspects of the practice. Whenever there's a big change, we've done meetings, usually SWOT analysis, and she's incredible with that. Really working and seeing everybody's different perspectives, getting every aspect out there on the table so everything can be explored. We've also done retreats with Chelsea. She's a wonderful moderator, and I've really enjoyed working together with her in order to make a really great retreat kind of plan, learning along the way together, and also just everything that she's done for my staff in that aspect. Personally, she's really helped me with my own accountability. I think, you know, when you think of coach, you think of sports, and definitely not only becoming better at my game as a leader, but also really holding me accountable for those things that I say I'm going to do. As the top of my clinic, I don't have a lot of other people holding me accountable except in my day-to-day work. So these other visionary goals, these other aspects of my job, nobody else knows about them. And so it's fantastic to have Chelsea there, you know, in our meeting sessions, checking in and seeing what I've done, holding me accountable to the things I said I was going to do, and really exploring those aspects as well. I think that's everything. I'm like, is there anything else? There's more. Oh, I didn't talk about personal growth.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Chelsea has also really helped through this coaching process, not only my leadership skills, but my personal growth, which really parallels not only what I've learned as a leader, but also in my personal life with family, with my partner, with friends. It's been a really interesting journey as we've explored various aspects of relationship in the clinic and how those skills and those philosophical questions as they get answered pertain to every aspect of life, not just in the workplace.
Would you recommend her to others?
Oh my God. I think Chelsea would be a fantastic coach for anyone who is looking for those communication skills, leadership aspects, looking at how to vision, how to figure out your goals. I think Chelsea is an amazing, amazing coach, and more than I could have possibly imagined as I entered into this practice with her.
Got it?
Does that sound good?
You did.
I'm like, she's awesome, please hire her.
You said that. Good, and we're rolling.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so just anything that you can say about either what it's been like or what have you gotten out of it, or
Well, let's see. Well, I started working with Chelsea in, I think it was November that we started working together, and I have found it to be really helpful. I started working at a new business, and at the new business, I realized that I wanted to make some changes from the way that I had been leading previous businesses that I owned, and I needed the support in order to do that, in order to grow as a leader, to improve my communication and my effectiveness in my leadership role and with the team at the business. So for me, it is really helpful to have a supportive person that is that can offer me more of an objective opinion, as opposed to someone who's closer to me. Then I can really trust that the person is supporting me, you know, from an unbiased place, and really give me honest and clear feedback about my own personal patterns and tendencies, and help me to change and grow in those ways.
very good, excellent. Is there anything that you've been surprised about with the process?
Anything that I've been surprised about? I don't think so. I can't think of anything I've been surprised about.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you just said was really good. The part of the terms I've been using are things about like increasing self-awareness, identifying patterns, articulating a vision, and a goal, and then also the idea of being held accountable. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe something about each of those categories. That
Right.
Something that translates. Into
Or what you and I have been working on together. I think that maybe would be helpful to say, just like what you and I came up with that would be my goals in working together.
Yes, you could do that, or even on a more general like process level.
Okay, so what did we come up with as our
Break it
goals?
down piece by piece, like
Yes.
each category. If you want to ask her, how did she help you in this area? And how did she help you
Increasing
in
self-awareness. You mentioned like identifying patterns. So you could speak about that. You mentioned that.
How does it translate into helping you in the business world?
Yeah. So,
And before you go, let me close the door.
yes, because we can hear them outside, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if you have something on your brain. I should have better developed questions for you, but just
Maybe how it translates into business with clients, or convincing people your product is what they need, or how you gain their confidence, connect with them with the things that she was
connecting
helping you
well
with.
with your people.
My team.
Yeah.
So, I think, well, I guess I could just talk about leadership. And so previously I viewed my responsibilities and being a good leader, I thought of that as knowing all the answers and really guiding the team by knowing exactly what we needed to do and how we needed to do it. But now what I'm learning as I'm working more with Chelsea is that it's not really about me, the leader, knowing exactly what to do. It's more about working together with the team, communicating with the team, being my best self and coming to my place of work in that state as my best self and really guiding and facilitating the team so that we can all achieve our common goals within the business. So.
And what about the accountability piece? Does having a coach do anything for that?
Yes, so Chelsea really helps me to be accountable, and she gives me homework each time after every session, things that I can reflect upon and work on in between sessions, and then she checks in with me after at the next session to ensure that I'm really staying with the goals and that we set with each other. So.
Okay. And what about meetings? What's something, an area maybe that has shifted when I'm thinking now more the consulting role than coaching, but
Yes.
say something about meetings.
Sure. Let's see. So, is it okay that I'm putting like my own experiences
please do.
into it? Okay. So, I think meetings are really important, and I always have felt that meetings amongst my team members are a really important piece of leading a group and leading my business. However, in the past, I felt like I needed to create the agenda, make sure we covered certain topics, and I had a tendency to stuff a million things into each meeting because I felt like it was our opportunity to get together and get stuff done. We needed to move through all of these things and make sure everybody was on the same page. And since I've been working with Chelsea, my view of meetings has shifted. And I can already tell we've had one meeting together after Chelsea's coaching, and there was a big shift in how the meeting went. And what I noticed is that So I created the agenda, but I left a lot more openness in the agenda, and realized with Chelsea's help that the focus for team meetings, a big piece of it, aside from making sure that we're all on the same page about things, is creating the relationships within the team, creating trust among all of us, welcoming everyone to contribute to the meetings, listening to everyone's viewpoint, their opinion about each topic that we're going through, and welcoming their feedback, and welcoming any aspect that they might recognize that I haven't thought of. And just really allowing the meeting to be a place where we can all come together and work towards reaching our common goals for the business.
Good.
What else, Chelsea?
I mean,
No,
I think you've
you've had a couple of really good answers there.
Good,
Yeah.
that you can work on.
we could.
I say a lot. I hope that's all right.
It's all right. When I'm showing you on camera, there's not much I can do about it, but I'll pick points in time where you're not, and everything else will be video of the two of you talking, maybe showing you in there with the inventory, and it'll cover it, and I'll cut all the ums out of it.
Good.
It'd be amazing how easily that is to do with editing
I'm
system.
so
I didn't even
glad.
notice that,
I'm so
personally.
glad, because it is a part of my speech.
Part of everyone's speech.
Because you have to kind of reflect and think of what the next thing is you're going to
You're thinking
say.
off the top of your head. So.
Yeah.
How about just a good general comment about her? Is she good to work with? Does she make it easy to understand? Tell me a little about that.
Yes. So let's see. One of the things that I appreciate about working with Chelsea is that she really fits with my schedule and my needs. So if I want to have a personal meeting and an on-site meeting, she's available to come to that. We also do phone conferences a lot, and that works very well. And in a couple of instances, I have felt like I needed some coaching relatively quickly, like something came up for me and I really needed some one-on-one time with Chelsea to work through it. And she was readily available and able to talk with me that morning or that evening. And really, she really makes it a priority once you engage with her, which is really helpful to me. Because I find that as I'm working with a coach, things start to come up, and you just as you increase the awareness about certain tendencies and issues that you're working on with the coach, they bubble up and you notice things, and it's really helpful to have that undivided attention to process and work through that as you need to.
Good.
And there was something else I was thinking about with working with Chelsea, because you said something else. You said, what has your experience been? So that was...
I like that you mentioned the telephone option. And
Yeah.
even just like when I think of process, like just the the listening that I offer.
Oh yeah,
the-
that's
the
what I was
good
going to say.
questions that
Yes.
get you to the heart of the matter.
That's exactly it. Chelsea, I was thinking that too. Okay, so let's see. How do I want to say that? I've worked with many different counselors and coaches over the years, and I really find that Chelsea has a very, what is the word? Cut this part out. Let me think of the word real fast. So what is it that you have? What is this skill that you have? You're well, you're an amazing listener, and you have, well, I should say Chelsea, I shouldn't say you. Okay, I have to get my thoughts together. I'm going to start all over. So I've worked with many counselors and coaches over the years, and what I've noticed is that Chelsea has a really amazing ability to really get past the fluff and really get to the bottom of whatever is triggering or causing, these are not the good words. What is it that I want to say? Let's see, you are good at...
You used some good words there.
I did?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, if you just want to boil down to those few words, shorten the sentence,
Yeah, get to the bottom of the matter and really help me to see what's happening, really bring in some clarity around the situation that we're working through. And she's very good at asking really appropriate questions that just kind of help us to learn more about how to be a more effective communicator and a more effective leader.
You have a story something in a workplace here that was an example of how what she did helped you. You have something that you could point to.
Let's see, what do we have for that?
I think you shared one already when you were talking about meetings. And I'm always sensitive to the fact that a lot of the stuff we talk about
could be sort of
private.
personal.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily that you would want to.
It's better to be a little bit more general.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I could. Well, one thing is that I could say that Chelsea has introduced me to some new concepts and some new paradigms around leadership and what it means to lead a team and to lead a business. And I really appreciate that for sure.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Great. That's awesome.
All right, I think we have it.
Yeah.
If there's anything else.
Yeah, you did great.
I hope so, geez.
Have a seat over there.